Hello and welcome to Come With Us, a podcast to meet all your fantasy needs. I'm Susie Nunez.
And I'm Reshea Kelly, and each week we dive into the tempting world of books, seductive romance, and a sprinkle of spice.
Welcome to, oh my god, that sounded like James Charles.
Oh no.
Okay, hi sinners. Again, hi sinners. Welcome to episode 24 of your favorite podcast, Come With Us. I'm Susie Nunez, your favorite Latina host. And this week I'm grateful for how beautiful I look today. That's all I came up with right now. What about you, Reshea?
Hi, I'm Reshea Kelly, your favorite white host, and sorry.
It's the salt, it's the crackers. Okay, love it.
It's the salt, it's the
TikTok have stopped being so much about English and white people, so yeah.
You should
We
see
love
my face.
it.
Excuse you. Anyways, and this week I'm grateful for Susie, who has been largely keeping this ship afloat all by herself while also juggling her own work and personal life outside of this podcast while I
You've been doing things too, though.
float. I'm just floating aimlessly out in the abyss.
She's going through some things, but you know what? I applaud you because not each week, I'm lying if I say that. Almost every time that we're going to record, we're here, and you're here too. So
Whenever
yes.
we actually get around to recording, we are here.
yes. Oh my god, thank you so much. Honestly, thank you too, because I love talking about books, but
Mhm.
it's been a bit quiet for me when it comes to books this past month.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I need to reconnect. And I'm reading right now. I was not planning on saying this, by the way. Book Lovers by Emily Henry, my first one, and I'm obsessed. When I tell you,
Oh.
I understand the hype about this author. I get it. Like, I completely get it. So that's coming too. I'm excited. But yes, also talking about a series that has 6 books that not all of them are phenomenal, makes recording not so funny and exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, we only have one more and that's it. Okay.
We're almost done. Okay. So now it's time for us to wrap up the Salacious Players Club series by Sarah Cate. As you know, our last 4 episodes have been about praise, eyes on me, give me more, mercy. Now we're doing our last 2 books, Highest Bidder and Madame. So, would you like another installment of Rishea's really bad reviews, trademark pending?
Heck yes.
Highest Bidder synopsis by yours truly. Ronan Cate is your typical 56-year-old billionaire pleasure dom with a daddy kink and a heart of gold. And 9 years ago, he met a real estate agent from the Midwest who was in town on business. In a matter of 6 weeks, they fell in love, but she had to go back home because she was a single mom with a daughter to take care of. He insisted on setting up a trust fund for her daughter, and they apparently never spoke again. Fast forward to today. That woman died of cancer 3 years ago. Her daughter is 21, and she just discovered a trust fund in the amount of $1 million in her name with a mysterious benefactor.
Just saying, $1 million for a billionaire is fucking nothing.
It's
so that's like
nothing.
scraps, okay? Just letting you know. It's like
What?
$1,000.
Tell me how bad his investment planner was.
Bad.
With a mysterious benefactor whose name she's never heard. So she sells her dead mom's house, buys a van, and stalks the man. Isn't that great? She gets a job at Salacious Players Club where he's an investor and a frequent flyer, watches him for 3 months without speaking to him, and then after a very crazy 48 hours, they end up knee-deep in love with each other, which I guess would be due to, which I guess I would do too if someone flew me on a private jet to Paris for a week. Now accepting offers. He loves to be called daddy, and she insists that she doesn't care if other people think it's weird. It's a match made in hell. I stopped reading the book. I don't know what happens after that.
Yeah. This is gonna be more of a
Roast?
what we think.
Did you read the whole thing?
I read the whole thing. I read all of the books. That's why.
So what happens after they go to Paris?
When wait. The first time
They went to Paris more than once?
they moved to Paris and everything.
Oh, that's cute. See, I stopped reading the book.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is going to be, Reshea couldn't read it. This is going to be a what
Try.
do we think about this book specifically? Because yeah. Okay. When I read this series, I started like the order that it was meant to be. And
Mhm.
when I got to highest bidder, I was fucking done. But I'm not a freaking quitter. So I did it. And I'm not gonna say it's a bad book because I'm not gonna teach any authors or anything like that. Honestly, I know people that will die for that series, and I love that for them. It's just by that time that was book what 5.
5. Yeah.
By that time I was overwhelmed,
Mhm.
saturated by the same author because I was reading it for a whole week.
Mhm.
So I think that maybe if I have read that one a month after would have been different for me.
I struggled as well, and I don't think it's because the author is a bad author,
No.
because I will say the schmexy scenes probably the one thing that kept me going as long as it did.
Mm-hmm,
My issue and where I was like, I can't do it is the tropes that were involved. I really
mm-hmm,
can't stand an insta-love.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's like, don't sit there after this man has just showered you with a all expenses paid trip to Paris on a private jet in a matter of 48 hours. Um, after also paying an obscene amount of money for you in a like a what is it that they do, an auction, like a person auction the night before,
Mm-hmm.
right? Don't tell me that it's not because of the amount of money he has did not influence your decision to have feelings for him. I mean, it's
I
48
like
hours.
Instalove. I'm enemies to lovers. That is gonna forever my number one trope. I just freaking love the banter, and that's I think why I love it so much.
Wait,
But
wait, you said you like Insta Love?
no, I don't read Instalove. But
Mm,
if I do, it has to be well done. You know what I mean?
yeah, where like
And
there's something about her, there's something about him
yes,
that's
yes, and
drawing me to them.
and it's more. I don't know, like it just felt a bit fake. You know?
Yeah, well, and okay, so this main character, Daisy, right?
Yeah, they did. They
She's supposed to be super independent, right? A super independent woman. She's young, yes, but it's been her and her mom forever. Like, yeah, she also like went to her dad's house and stuff, but she was like living on her own. She took care of her mom's estate after her mom passed away on her own. She sold her
yeah.
things. She moved to California in a van, albeit to stalk some random person that left her money. But she's been like fairly independent or displayed a sense that that's who she was before the book. And then this man like shows up at her van after he sees her in a gas station at 2 o'clock in the morning. He follows her on dark streets to her van she was
And
staying in. First
yeah.
of all, how are you not creeped out that this man is walking behind you
Yep.
creepily in the dark in the middle of the night? Whatever. And then he picks her up and pulls her physically out of her van and tells her, "You are not staying here. This is unsafe for women." Who the fuck gave you the right to touch me? It would have given me the ick immediately. Like, why is she like, okay, I'll go stay with you, it's fine.
Okay, we're reading this and we're not a huge fan of Ronan. So I think that's why we think that way. But if we like the guy, we'll be like, yes. You
But
know
he's
I'm right.
totally
You know I'm right.
totally my type though. That's the thing, is like he was totally my type personality wise at the beginning, where he was like,
Really?
yeah, because he's like the kind of guy who falls hard for somebody, and he's been in love
Mm-hmm,
before, and he's like, and even when things didn't work out, he still wanted to, like when he fell in love with her mom and she's like, I can't, he's like, I totally understand, and he
mm-hmm,
wanted to take care of her. Like, I appreciated that. I love somebody who dresses well and knows what he likes, and he's like a pleasure dom. What is there not to like about a pleasure dom? And I was like, ooh, I can get on board with this. I'm usually not an age gap person, but maybe I could get into an age gap. But then the way he treated her like a child, and like he had any say over her life when they spoke for all of 30 seconds that night, I was like, absolutely not. You don't get to just tell me how to live. No, it killed it for me. And that's when it's like, I was like, what, chapter, 5? And I just started struggling after that.
I love a billionaire trope. Like when I tell you I will, any book that has a billionaire, I will definitely read it. I freaking
Okay.
love it. I love money, and it's one of my favorite things in the world, if not number one.
Sure.
I'm being honest with you, but
Mhm.
I just don't think the author wrote his character the right way.
Yeah. It was almost like he was still stuck in the year he was born, the 60s.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, very misogynistic, but it was like,
in a
it's
subtle
okay because
way.
he's yeah, it's okay because he's hot, or it's okay because he's rich.
Yeah,
No, it's not okay. Like,
no,
I don't know if maybe that's just where I'm at in my life, and so I'm, like, hyper aware of, like, microaggressions like that, but I was like, there's nothing hot about a man that doesn't even know me, barely knows my first name, who has spoken to me for 30 seconds telling me that he knows what's best for me. So,
absolutely.
it gave
It's
me the ick,
just
and it was just hard to read after that.
it's just I read the whole thing because again, I'm not a quitter. He was the more I read it, it was like you're acting like my dad.
Father.
Yeah, not daddy. No, 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 no. Father.
Like, and that's the thing is it felt like they were trying to play off possessiveness and controlling
Yeah.
behavior as part of the daddy kink. And I'm like, no, no,
No. Mm-mm.
because the person you're in a relationship with is still a grown ass woman.
You want to know how she spent $1 million?
Did she go to school like she was supposed to?
You know what she does? You want me to tell ya?
What'd she do?
He got whatever, something happened, and he got in the auction, and basically, yeah, she won. She won him
She
in
paid
the auction.
$1 million for him? She'd
I
already
know.
fucked him like a bunch of times.
By that time,
At the
they were
base of
like
the Eiffel Tower, nonetheless.
they were like separated and all of that, and he was like, yeah, it's better for us, and she was like, okay, and then yeah, she went to I think it was, yeah, I don't remember, honestly, I just remember.
She could have gotten that shit for free. She just had to walk up to him and go, I'm sorry, daddy.
No, because the big gestures that we need to have in books. Yeah, her character,
Okay.
insufferable.
Yeah. It gave me Bella from Twilight. Like the
Absolutely.
I'm not
And
like
I am a number one Twilight fan. Ask her. I will die for Twilight any day, but yes.
I don't know how I keep ending up friends with Twilight fans. I don't know.
I don't know. I will die for Edward any
Listen,
day.
yeah, so would I when I was in high school, when I
I don't
was
It's a face
16.
that I will never grow off. Okay? I will never.
That's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm not
You
judging you.
are,
I
but
just
it's
don't
okay.
understand how I just don't understand anyways. So like you know how Bella's like, "Oh, me, I'm nobody and I'm nothing and I'm just not good at anything." That's
Yeah.
how I feel Daisy was. Like, "Oh, these my little songs?" No. Like
Absolutely.
you know what? Maybe it's cuz I'm getting older that I want a female main character to be like, oh, me, I'm sexy as fuck, and I'm actually super talented, and I'm really good at the things that I do, and you can fuck off. Which one is that
Literally
again?
everything you said, yes. Everything.
All right.
Book Lover by Emily Henry. Everything. Yes. I cannot read a book where the woman is always a victim. In maybe her dialogue is not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm the victim. But everything she does is like, you are the victim. You think you're the victim. And I cannot.
Or
It's
like
just no.
putting her in like making herself a bit of a masochist, but not in the kinky way. Like how
Exactly.
she has like she gets low blood sugar, right? And so she has to take medication and like eat a snack and it's in her purse. And she like falls and hurts herself in the shower because she hasn't eaten that day. And then she like has to hide it from him and she's crying. She's like, I can't let him know that I'm this weak. Bitch, you just didn't eat. Like just be like, oh yeah, I get really lightheaded and I pass out sometimes if I don't eat enough. That's not that uncommon. You don't what is happening? Why are we
I'm
hiding
with
this?
you.
I don't know.
It was just it didn't make sense because it's I know people are like in general, we as humans are complicated. We have things
Mhm.
that I don't know, they're weird for us and I get it.
Yeah.
But it's just the again, I have nothing against this author. I loved Eyes on Me. That's one of the books that I will definitely reread at some point again.
Mhm.
But I don't think she wrote these two books, the last two books. I think she was just tired. She wanted to end the fucking series, and she was like, "Yeah, that's it."
So I think I would definitely read a different Sarah Kate book or series for
Oh,
sure.
definitely, yes.
Um, because the spice is
I
muy
want to.
caliente. I tell you what, it was so good.
I wanted to ask you about that. You liked the smut.
Yeah.
You did
I did. As
in this
long
book.
in this well, as far as I made it, which was halfway through, you know what? Yeah, I liked it. I like see thumbs
Interesting.
up.
Okay.
But and I like the way that she writes spice in all of the books of hers that we read.
Yeah, definitely.
She's descriptive and it's not repetitive. It's there's always a variety of things that are happening and there's always kind of
Yeah,
like a natural progression uh and in like how intimate they get, and so I really enjoy that, but I feel like perhaps sometimes the things she's writing about, in this case, the specific kinks she's writing about, she doesn't necessarily always uh understand them intimately. So like the
yeah.
daddy kink just feels
Wrong, wrong,
chauvinistic
wrong.
and it
100%.
infantilizes her in the wrong
Yep.
way. And then like the poly couple with the bisexual men in Does That Give Me More? It felt like she didn't really understand how those dynamics worked either.
Yeah. Because we have authors like Harley LaRue, right? That you feel like they fucking lived through everything in those books because they wrote it in such a beautiful, magnificent way. But then you read this, and we have to say you read it right after Losers, so it's like you had Losers so fresh. You're like, nothing can top this. And I get it,
Yeah.
these two books, because again I loved the first four books of the series, really
Mhm.
nice. I cannot complain much. Honestly, I think we rated them and all of my rates were high.
Mhm.
But it felt like she just wanted to end the series and she was tired and she was like,
But then
I'm
why would
done."
she have even written Highest Bidder and Madame? Because it's not even about the four main owners of the Salacious Players Club.
Going back to the smutty scenes, right? At the moment that I read it, I was like, oh yeah, nice, blah, blah, blah. But then I thought about it and it's like, for a kinky book, because these books were advertised as, kinky. And this one, in my opinion, wasn't kinky enough. It just wasn't.
Is that possibly because you don't view the daddy kink as taboo as the other kinks because it's more mainstream?
I don't think he has a daddy kick,
You
in
think
my
he just
opinion.
likes to control women?
Yes, yes, definitely. He is a 56-year-old man. Of course he does. That's the only thing
Yeah.
he knows how to do.
Yeah.
Uh,
And she's just like, I just want somebody to take care of me.
exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there were better
That
ways
doesn't
to
make it kinky.
portray that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And definitely
Just
that doesn't make
saying
it
daddy,
kinky.
just saying daddy to get him hard doesn't make it a daddy kink.
Absolutely not. In my opinion, no. Maybe for you that you have that kink, yes, love that for you. For me, no. Like I didn't think this book was kinky at all. The only thing was a pleasure dom thing, and honestly, not even. Like it was not giving. For me, it was just not giving.
Yeah. Going into it, we knew that it was going to be the first book that wasn't about one of the main owners, right?
Yeah,
We knew that there
he's
was going to
just
be
he's just
an
a
investor,
client and an investor. Like he's a client. He goes there every night.
and he's the richest client there.
Yeah, I mean he's a billionaire. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we also knew it was going to be a huge age gap, which I know that's one of the ones that you don't have a problem with. Like you love an older man.
Okay, he's 56. She was 21. Yeah. Um weird, but he did look like a Greek god. So yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, whoever that model was on the cover of the book.
I know. I wanted to go that. Oh my god, he looks so that white hair.
Listen,
No, we have a
that
dad.
was
Maybe
all.
we have a Santa Claus kink.
I really want to start singing Santa Baby right now.
What was it that you said?
Do you usually like an age gap?
I love an age gap.
Yeah.
I freaking love it, but I you know how you felt super conscious about the step sibling thing while you were reading Eyes on Me? I felt super conscious about the difference in ages with them because he was just such a father, and that made it
I
weird.
get I get wanting to take care of somebody. I feel like I wouldn't have been as weirded out by it if she had been older. Like if there wasn't really much of a daddy kink. Like if she was in like her late third, like sorry, if there wasn't as much of an age gap, if she had been in like her 30s or 40s and he was in his 50s and he still wanted to like take care of her and things like that, I would have probably not been as grossed out by the daddy kink. The fact that he could have very easily actually been her father because he also fucked her mom.
That was something that I was remembering the whole freaking book. The whole time I was reading, I was only remembering that. Like,
What what movie is it? Was it I can't remember what movie it was where the girl goes to the gynecologist that her sister or her mom recommended to her, and the gynecologist was like, I can see the family resemble.
he didn't know that it was her daughter, though. We need to clarify that.
But she
He did.
did. She did. Gross.
But in some weird way, that makes it better for me because it was her decision and not his. But
I
at the
mean,
same time, she is choosing to fuck the guy that her mom fucked. So it's weird. This is
it's
weird.
gross for her. Why do you want to? That's like borrowing your mom's dildo. Don't do it, okay? That's
Reshea, why are you
gross.
doing this to me?
Because I have to ruin everything. Moving on.
Oh my god.
What was that sound
uh,
you just made? Oh my god. Okay. Now we all know what Susie sounds like in bed. All right. Susie, we already talked about this. You love a
moving
billionaire
on.
romance.
I love. What about you? You love a billionaire romance?
I have never really read a billionaire romance aside from A Court of Thorns and Roses.
I used to eat them up when I was a teenager, like up.
I get the appeal, but I think the appeal is mostly because I would love, love if a rich person came into my life and was like, "Don't worry, I've got it."
Yeah. What about the age gap for you? Like you, I just specifically.
I feel like an age gap is fine once the younger person's brain has stopped developing. If they're under 25, you still don't know anything. And I
You know
still
what?
feel I don't know.
You know what? Remember Farah from Akator? Remember her? I don't know if you remember her. Yeah.
Can I roll
What
my eyes
happened
any?
with? Yeah. Yeah. what happened with Farah, it's that she has such a strong personality that we
Mm,
didn't mind Rizan was fucking 700 years old. He was 500, but whatever.
500. Come
Yeah,
on.
I know, just 500.
It's
But
so,
this
but
girly, she,
that's also a thing in fantasy is that they're like
yeah,
500, but they look young, so it's fine. So we've all kind of learned to ignore it.
and we love it actually. If he's less than 150, I don't want it. But then,
Wild. Gross. Why are you screwing that adolescent? You were talking about Farrah. She
but
was a
yeah,
strong personality.
she has a strong personality. We loved it. We knew she was not gonna let anybody walk over her, all over her, unless it was like in a
They're
sexual,
her
scene or
sisters.
whatever. Exactly. Yeah. That's what the yeah. But with this girly, it's like she didn't even know who she was, and she's 21. I get it, but it's like, why are you with the man that has his whole life together, and you're just gonna be there like, okay, take care of me? I love that for you, but it's like the book wasn't about that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
The book
Yeah,
wasn't booking. That's it.
I agree. So, Susie, what was your favorite part? Why'd you like it?
Has to be when they fuck in Paris. Oh no! When she realized that she was like super jealous with the flight attendant about like the flight. Remember the flight attendant? I love
Yeah.
that. That was good.
Uh, that
Yeah.
bitch that's
I
looking at her
think
like,
yeah,
oh,
I like that because you don't see a lot of those scenes in that book, and we need those to connect more with the characters.
hmm,
And I love that. I really did.
yeah,
What about you?
I agree. On the grass at the base of the Eiffel Tower.
Dude, your exhibitionist kink, it's going bollocks.
I maybe it was just listen.
From the last 3 episodes, all the things that you have picked are in public places, them having sex. Like, what the hell? I love
You
that
know
for you.
what?
Hey, I love
I
that. But
think what it is just like the adrenaline and like the oh my gosh, like that kind of feeling. That
we
is
might get
what.
caught. Yeah.
Yeah, I will, and maybe like it doesn't need to be exhibitionism for it to, get me going like that. But I think the other things that make me feel that way are really slow burns or like the teasing and the flirting and
The build up.
like yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like there has to be something that like gets me my heart just palpitating for me to like palpitating. Is that the
Yeah.
palpating? No, palpitating is
Palpitating. Palpitating.
touching.
Yeah.
If it like gets my my blood going, then I love it. And I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm getting overstimulated with all of these smut books because it's becoming harder and harder for things to make me go, "Oh my goodness."
Absolutely. But once you like give it a break, it gets you going again. Like you will be like,
Yeah.
like your body will
Well,
feel it again.
I'm taking a month reading the Third Crescent City book at this rate.
That episode is gonna be so juicy, so juicy. What could you have lived without, Reshea,
The second
from
half
this
of
book?
the book, which I did live without.
I see. I
No,
understand.
honest answer. I could have lived without the blatant disregard for her autonomy and thinly veiling it with the excuse of it's my kink to take care of people.
Yeah. For me, it has to be her being the victim, like not taking care of herself, like a self victim. It was just fucking boring. I'm like, babes, even Farah took care of herself. Like, hello, nar, just nar.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about the daddy kink.
The fact that I
Okay,
wrote, I don't even know what to say about this.
so Riche did the notes for this, right? And she put, let's talk about the daddy kink, and then she wrote, I don't even know what to say about this.
Because it's not a daddy kink.
It's just it was weird. We talked about it before. Okay. How did you feel after reading it?
I'm just going to read you what I wrote because I wrote this like a month ago. So, all right. Ronan, just like, motherfucker, it doesn't matter how rich you are, how overcome with irrational behavior you feel, how protective you think you're being. You can't just treat a woman like you were in charge of her and expect her to listen to you because you want her to. It's a red fucking flag city up in here. And it's like the only reason this even worked in this situation is because she was being equally as creepy by stalking him and wanted info. Problematic. And then the Instalove, is it because he's rich? Because 48 hours is not long enough.
Yes.
48
Yes, and
hours
there's
is not
nothing
long
wrong
enough.
with that, but it wasn't good. It wasn't amazingly written. That's why we have the problem. Go ahead.
Stop pointing out that you don't care if other people think that an age gap is weird. You keep saying that you don't care, and I think that you're saying it too much, and now I'm starting to worry that you know it's weird and borderline pedophilia. So, and I notice this is one thing that Sarah Kate does do with her characters in these books. When it's something that's taboo, she makes her characters talk incessantly about how it's okay, because like in Eyes on Me, every chapter that the male main character was narrating, it was, I don't understand, like I never looked at her like this before, it's not like I thought she was hot when she was a minor. That's never happened. This is crazy. I don't know what's happening. I know the step sibling thing
Yeah,
is
it's
weird,
like
but I don't care.
overcompensation.
Over and over and over again. And then with this one, it was like every single opportunity, it was, I don't care that other people think that it's weird that I look like his daughter. Like, methinks you doth protest too much. Like, you're saying it too many times.
Yeah.
Anyways, how about you?
Yeah. The only thought I had when I finished was,
Say that again.
he is a billionaire. Why are you being cheap? I was so okay. I get that she didn't grow up with a lot of money.
Mhm.
And that her mom was like, we gotta survive because
Mhm.
your dad and we don't have enough money and whatever. I get it. If you have the opportunity to be with someone that is obsessed with you and has so much money that they could literally burn it in a what's the name? In a chimney. Why are you not taking advantage of that? Why are you not investing? Why are you not opening a what's the name of that? An investing account on all of the apps? Like, babes, you're
Yeah.
stupid. Like, I was so mad. I'm telling you.
I didn't know
I
that
don't know.
she ended up doing that, but I'm mad
I
now too.
I'm so mad. Like, stop wanting to be the victim, because a girl that actually loves herself will be like, let's go buy the whole mall. I don't want to go shopping. Like, I want to buy the whole mall,
I
everything.
want to. I want to be the owner of this mall.
Yeah, exactly. Let me have it. Buy me a chain of restaurants. You know what I mean? Like, I was
Yeah.
so bad.
I appreciate the idea of a billionaire who understood that a lot of times people just wanted him for his money. And so this girl clearly wasn't just being a gold digger. She appreciated him for who he was on the inside. But that doesn't mean that you still have to, it doesn't mean that you can't spend your spouse's money, because I mean they do end up getting married and having kids together and everything.
Yeah.
He wants to be with you. He loves you. He wants to take care of you, which is apparently his whole kink, right? Fucking let him.
I'm
Yeah.
like, you're having kids. I get it. He's a billionaire. She's gonna have so much money and whatever. She's never gonna need him after he dies. I get it. But it's like, are you thinking things through?
Yeah. Kids don't need money. They need their parents to not be
Thank
dead.
you very much. Thank you very much. And it's
I mean,
like,
they do need money. Listen, no, they do need money. Mm,
they do. They do.
they do
They do.
need things that cost money, but I
They
think
definitely
any
do.
child whose parent is not abusive would choose their parent over a stack of cash any day.
It's like, I get it. You're 56. You're super on top of your health. You're like the best and the best shape you ever been. You're gonna die nonetheless.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna live to 100. You're gonna be a very, very, very old person. You're not gonna be having sex. Well, maybe, I don't know. You're not gonna be having sex. Yeah, I mean, you never know. you're not gonna be able to go out and like go to the park with your kids or like see them graduate. It's just, I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. That was really, that weirded me out, and something that I thought about like weeks after I finished that book. I was like, you can be smart with money, you're not smart with family.
Hey,
Oh,
would you recommend this book to somebody? Like, what rating would you give it? And then would you recommend it to someone?
again, nothing against the author. I wanted to say 1.5, but I'm gonna go with 2. 2 stars. Definitely 2 stars. And I'm just being really nice. There's nothing wrong with this book. If I would recommend it, yes, I would. I know people that, I have friends that will go insane for the whole trope in this book, and they will love to read it. So
Hmm.
yes, I would. To those people, like I would
Yeah.
not recommend this to you.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 And I don't think you
Uh,
would recommend that to me either. Yeah, exactly.
no. I actually was talking to a friend of mine that just moved here who I found out also likes to read schmexy books. And I was telling her that we were trying to get through this. And she's like, I've heard about those. And there's some people that are just going insane over them. And I was like, I think these kinky books are really great, amazing books that are like, oh my God, they're so dirty. They're so kinky for people who have
Hmm.
like missionary sex only. Like, I don't know, convince your
Yeah,
husband to do something a little different in the bedroom, and then this isn't going to seem so crazy because it's not
yeah,
that crazy. Like the sex they're having
no,
isn't that crazy. There's
yeah.
a lot of it, but it's not. I feel like
We're
the
talking
weirdest
about
thing in this,
we're talking about highest
what
bidders still, right? Not the whole
I'm talking
series.
about, yes, highest bidder, but like also like all of the books. I'm, I mean, pleasure I'm sure, but what was did they do anything weird or did he just make her orgasm twice in a row?
I'm telling you, like, if I have to rate the smut, the spicy scenes, I'll give it 0.5.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know because I didn't finish the book. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
give this book a 2 out of 5 because I do enjoy the way that she writes spice, and I felt like the part of the book that I did read, basically, I read until they actually fucked because I liked the build up, and then once the fucking happened, I was like, okay, what's the point anymore? So I kind of stopped. I did like the build up. So, because it kind of got me like, ooh, are they gonna do it yet? But everything else kind of gave me the ick. So maybe
mm.
2. I would not recommend this to somebody else because I don't think that it was a good representation of the kink. Um,
Which kink?
the daddy kink.
Oh, oh, oh.
I just don't feel like it was like I don't feel like it was a good representation. So if somebody doesn't know about the daddy kink, I don't want them reading this and thinking, "Oh, that's how I treat a woman and be a
Yeah.
daddy." And then if
Mm.
they do know about the daddy kink, they're not going to enjoy it anyway because they're going to be like, "That's not it." So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would recommend it, but I'd probably recommend the series as a whole. Be like, if somebody's like, "Hey, I want to learn more about, BDSM and, sex clubs and things like that." I'd be like, "Oh, this is a pretty good way to learn about those things for the most part."
Well, sinners, that's it. FYI, sidebar. Reshea, get up so people will not think that you are wearing a
I'm just
bra.
naked. Look, I look naked
Yeah,
right now. Okay. Oof.
I
All right.
love it.
I'm wearing a whole ass
She
bodysuit.
looks fucking sexy.
It's from
So
Poppy
yeah,
Lush.
just wanted to say that.
Does
Just
Poppy Lush want to sponsor us now?
thank you, sinners. I hope you like this episode. I never said that before, but I really do hope that you like this episode. And I know that series are interesting because we're talking about the same author, the same type of books, and it can get boring. But we promise next week is the last one, and we have a strong opinions. Oh, I have a strong opinions about that book too.
We know you can't get enough of us. That's why you're still listening every week. And if you want to have even more of us in a not gross way, you can follow us on all the social platforms, TikTok, not Twitter, Instagram, Threads, at Come With Us Pod. You can always find all the links for Come With Us at comewithuspod.com. Be sure to leave us a 5-star review if you like the episode, and be sure to send it to all of your fellow smut lovers.
Thank you, sinners. Don't forget to rate this podcast 5 stars. We have a lot of subscribers and followers here, so please rate it. It's just literally you go to the star, you put five, literally that's it. That's all you have to do.
Just click 5.
Thank you for doing that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're fun there. You can actually see our faces if you
We
like
put
that. You know
makeup
what I
on
do?
for you. I put
I
makeup on
know.
for you.
I know. And honestly, let me tell you, that is a lot for her.
Really?
Thank you.
Really,
Yeah, I know.
really
So
is.
please go watch us over there too. You know what I do? Sometimes I'm cleaning and stuff. Yeah, I do some cleaning sometimes because I'm not rich yet. And I put the episodes on my TV and I just look at us and it's nice, you know. So you can put them as a background noise if you want, and just and subscribe, of course. We are in all podcast platforms. Sinners, you've been good little angels. Thank you so much. And remember, stay wicked, stay wild, and keep reading. We love you. Bye.